Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Pipe Bomb Sessions. This week, we got ESPN hosting WWE's first ever PLE on their network, ESPN Unlimited. They're hosting it. We'll be getting it over there. Honestly, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I know Peacock was there. Of course, Peacock was hell of a lot cheaper, right? But I mean, maybe ESPN servers just run well and better, and we get a smoother experience overall. The only way to really find out is to tune in this weekend to WrestlePalooza, baby. WWE's WrestlePalooza. Tune in to see the main event one last time. John Cena against longtime rival Brock Lesnar. I will say I got some predictions when it comes to this WrestlePalooza card, but we'll wait till the end for that one a little bit. I do think some ways that WWE has been doing kind of John Cena's farewell tour now, going into the last man, it's really like this is the rally right here. Here it is. This is the last couple months we got. We know he's leaving in December anyway, so what you guys got lined up for him? Not really sure. I mean, he only has like, what, 6 appearances left, I want to say, possibly? I mean, 6 appearances is not a lot. I fully expect even whatever happens at Palooza to kind of even maybe jumpstart and set up his following matchup that's going to be happening as well. I mean, he just doesn't have enough appearances left. It's just, truth be told, it's as simple as that. He just does not have enough appearances left to kind of show up, build a promo, build another feud, and then move forward, right? But let's see how it goes. A few things I would like to touch base on before I get to WrestlePalooza and what's going on there is on SmackDown, we saw, of course, Lesnar come out. He did his promo a little bit. We see R-Truth come out at one point. R-Truth back to his, himself comedy act type of situation. He gets a nice F5 from Lesnar. Why am I not shocked by that, right? But it's this Sami Zayn Open US Challenge. This man's doing it every week now, it seems like. Not sure what's happening to Solo. Thought Solo would eventually want his title back, but I guess for now they just wanted Sami to kind of hold on to it. Really unsure on what was the motive behind it. Why make Solo lose it that quickly? I think this all hurt Jacob Fatu the most since, I mean, we haven't seen or really heard from Jacob Fatu in quite some time, I would like to say. I don't know. I personally can't remember the last time I saw him, right? Where's the Samoan Werewolf at? That's a guy you guys are building upon and making him so large or big, and now all of a sudden, like, he's gone. I don't know what's going on with that, right? So let's see. Hopefully the Samoan Werewolf makes a return soon. Maybe he is a challenger for Sami Zayn's Open, US Challenge. I like the aura behind Jacob Fatu. So that's why I'm just a little bit confused and honestly a little bit more so of shock that he just hasn't been around or just hasn't been doing anything, right? Like, what's going on here? Another thing, and of course we saw him face, I believe, Rey Fenix, who, nicely done, gentlemen. Now we got Rey Fenix back into TV time. He uses his brother Penta all the time on it. Let's get Rey Fenix out there. This is how you get into the situation where, like, in a sense, you push one brother too hard and the other brother kind of gets left behind, and then, now you're kind of stuck, right? And now you have to build upon the other brother that was left behind just because you didn't decide to do both of them at the same time. Elevate both of them at the same time. Like, they're both popular. You brought them on huge stars for a reason. Use them, damn it. What the hell's the point of having all these superstars? So, good to see him being used. Unfortunately for his partner, or his former tag team partner, Andrade, he came to a release from WWE. Good luck to Andrade and his future endeavors. Hopefully, see him on TV soon again. Andrade's always been a good wrestler. I'm not sure what happened there with WWE. It feels like just something just doesn't stick with him and them. I don't know what it is. I mean, hey, maybe we see Andrade show up somewhere else and possibly get another stint. Good luck to him. As I said, thought he was a guy who just was underutilized ever since his return. Thought he had a cool gimmick in AEW as well when he was there. They stopped utilizing him there. And long and behold, seems like WWE started doing the same exact situation with Andrade. Hey, I mean, I guess it is what it is. As I said, good luck to Andrade. I think that he still has some talent, and he could definitely, put it all out in the ring. I mean, it's no question about that when it comes to him. But hey, once again, good luck to him. Good luck to another person, and her name is Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time, honestly, at this point, man, people are waiting for Tiffy time to come to an end, and that's because she's been champ for over 250 days. Not bad at all. Like, that's not really the issue. The issue is that she keeps facing the same freaking people. It's her and Jade for her title this week. Last week for SmackDown. Of course, who interferes towards, the back end of the match? Nia Jax. Who else could it be but Nia Jax, people? I'm like, wow, didn't see that coming, because for some reason, WWE and specifically SmackDown just doesn't have any other competition for Tiffy. Like, I don't understand. At this point, where's Bianca at? Like, we're just waiting for her to take the title off. But the problem isn't the champion. I think it's with the roster on the SmackDown side of things. Because even if you have Bianca, you kind of go through the same exact situation. Like, there's no real difference that comes through it or within it. So I'm not sure on how that's going to go, how that's going to work. Let's honestly see. Let's see what goes on going into the future of it. I'm not super excited about this feud getting rekindled again. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what the point of it is. I don't like it. I'm not for it. I think that this feud needs to end, and it needs to end immediately. Please, WWE, end this freaking feud, man. Like, let's get this over with, finally. I beg of you. But, hey, here we are. We're going to keep it going, keep it forward, right? Let's hope the next matchup between the three of these ladies is the final matchup between the three of these ladies until hopefully we get a roster shakeup, maybe a trade. Hey, man, you're trading the guys back and forth between the rosters. How about you trade some women? Get some women, from NXT called up. I don't know. You got all these women even returning to Raw and sticking to Raw, and then, what is the point? This is why your competition level for the women's title, the women's just division in general on SmackDown is very, low. Very low. We gotta get this shit going. Fuck you guys doing? Honestly. Fuck you guys doing? I know you can do better. Now, speaking of some woman who, and this happened on Raw, see again, Lyra versus Roxanne, good matchup, by the way. At some point, Bayley came out, the return of Bayley, she evens the odds up. All of a sudden, we see her, go from mad to, hugging people. And she goes around just hugging people, kind of acting like the hugger Bayley again, back from the NXT days, right? So it's just alright, what's going on with Bayley? Interesting. So let's see how this story is going to unfold. Just based on the promos that she was having on Raw last couple weeks, definitely looking like we're going to go through a multiple personality type of Bayley situation. Looks like she's going to hug her first, but maybe her different personalities leak out one after another with no real control over it, I think that might be where it's going. The reason I say that, you can see Lyra later on, try to talk to Bayley, and Bayley basically freaks out on her and says, you get out of her locker room. It's oof, okay, now what's going on, right? What is actually going on in Bayley's head? I'm really unsure about it. I don't know if we should be worried, but damn, I know for hell of a fucking thing that Lyra should be worried. She should be very, very much worried because I'm just saying, Bayley's gonna turn on her at some point. and Lyra thinks this is still her friend. Bailey's completely broken down, and she's just looks like she's going into a spiraling out of control situation. Hey, that should be pretty interesting to say the least, right? Um, Now, I think moving forward, obviously we have the vacant women's title on Raw, and we have Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky. Io's dealing with all the Asuka and Kabuki Warrior situation backstage. Of course, Rhea's involved at points. Io's been directly involved. Asuka's trying to like involve herself in every situation, right? We even saw Io tell Asuka that, she got this, she can do it on her own. She don't want Asuka's help at the moment. Like, if, she politely told her to back off. Not in a sense that, it made it look bad, but I think it was more so of a sense like, okay, um, let's fine, whatever. Asuka wasn't happy about it. She already had suggested that Kairi Sane versus Stephanie Vaquer, who they had a pretty good matchup, I will say, but they faced each other, and Rhea was also letting Stephanie know that she's coming after whoever is the title holder after WrestlePalooza, which, again, it seems like WWE is either going to put Rhea right back into the title picture, or this is a way still to get Asuka involved. By the way, what was with Asuka's face makeup paint thing? That was a little, if they were going with the whole creepy and weird look, definitely did it, guys. Let me tell you. You guys definitely hit the mark on that one. Not really sure what to say. Shoot. I'm just... So, I think Io telling Asuka that, hey, back off, may have been a bad situation for Io come WrestlePalooza. Let's see how that kind of plays out. I do think it's not going to end up pretty well for her. Something that's happening on Raw and WrestlePalooza is this whole LA Knight and the Usos situation. Because, Jay speared LA Knight last week. LA Knight said that, he can deal with that situation a little bit later, but he wants a piece of the Vision, Bronson and Braun. And, Adam Pearce says he needs a partner, and he picks Jimmy, who initially actually says no. The crazy part is Jimmy said no, because he said it will get messy and all that stuff. And later on he says yeah. Reason why he says yeah is freaking Jay over here talking like Roman Reigns. Seems like they're going with the whole, hey, Jay's personality, again, he's turning heel. To turn heel, he's a turn more into the mantle of what the tribal chief kind of wanted from him as a right-hand man all those years ago. And looks like Jey Uso may be taking up that a lot sooner than we think. My thing is, does this mean the Usos are not going to stay back together for long? I would like the Usos to get back together because, again, the Raw's men's tag division is just so bad. They need it. I think they need it badly, right? However, I don't know. For instance, if they're gonna, let's say, feud with each other, are they just gonna run it back but just roles are switched? Possibly they have some kind of hey, okay, we got this out of our system, maybe we team up again. I could see that possibly coming back together. Them team back up, which leads later down the line to Roman getting his title back. Bloodlines all together again, just saying. Sami Zayn already got a title. I mean, hey, if you want to throw them all back together, I have no problem with that. Another thing I got no problem with is the man who said he's going after Dirty Dom's IC title. That man is Rusev. Rusev said that he wants that IC title, which means that Rusev's gonna get what he wants. And I'm cool with Rusev hopefully taking the title off Dirty Dom, and then that's how we kind of, get Rusev still in the relevant, and then maybe Dom loses it in some type of fashion where he wants help from Balor and Balor refuses. We saw Dom and Balor get into it because of the whole El Grande situation. You know, Balor's like, what the hell's going on here? Like, why are these guys always hanging around? Why are these guys even here? What's up with it? Dom's like, yeah, don't worry about it. And it's like, okay, what is actually going on here, right? Very, very interesting. I think Dirty Dom is taking his allegiances elsewhere. Just saying. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense of why he then is getting El Grande Americanos involved. And I say yes, plural, because there's 3 of them now. I'm like, okay. Another thing that happened was Raw started an hour early. For those of you who missed it, Raw is now starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, because it looks like they are trying to compete straight up with Monday Night Football. I mean, I don't know how they did this last night against the doubleheader of Monday Night Football, because, I mean, hey, me personally, I'll be tuning into both. I don't really mind, but I will say I did check out the game as much as I checked out Raw. I mean, yeah, just gotta check out both at that point. I want to know how long they're gonna go with the early time. I don't really mind it, I guess. It's just odd that they keep switching times up. They can't really get on a single thing. Of course, we know TKO and Triple H, they are looking to just maximize the money situation. They're trying to get out of their debt, in my opinion. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't already hear it on Pipe Bomb Sessions Instagram and YouTube channel, it is confirmed, first time ever, WrestleMania is headed outside of the US and Canada, and we are headed to Saudi Arabia. I'm hearing Saudi Arabia ended up paying WWE about $250 million to host Mania there in 2027. That is an insane amount. You're telling me they made $350 total just from Saudi, because they paid $250 for that. Then they paid another $100 for the upcoming Royal Rumble that's happening in a couple months. So it's like, whoa, these Saudis really just willing to pay just to get a big 4 on their on their platform. I mean, they've gotten now 2 out of the 4. It's not bad odds whatsoever. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going to be happening at the new WWE ESPN's WrestlePalooza PLE. Happening this weekend, right? We got 5 matches on the card as usual. Kind of seeing that is WWE's thing, of course, right? That is like what they want to do. The 5 matches, main eventing is John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I think, actually, that we're going to start off the night with crowning the new Women's World Champion. Since it's vacated, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think it's going to be a freaking hell of a matchup anyways. I'm a big Io fan. I think, unfortunately for Io, she is not going to win this. Man, I really do wish Io was going to walk out, but I think her telling Asuka that she didn't really need the help like that is going to come back to bite her, because Asuka will be there, and I think that's going to be the reason of how it's going to end up costing Io Sky her title. Maybe Asuka comes out as quote-unquote a friend to help Io, but in reality, you know, she's jealous and maybe wants a title opportunity herself. She knows she can beat Stephanie, and maybe that's how Io maybe gets a shot at Stephanie and possibly future plans Stephanie and Asuka matchup. You never know. Maybe that's why. However, I do think Stephanie Vaquer will be our new Women's World Champ to kick off WrestlePalooza. Now, what are the next matchups? because they've been having a lot of issues as it is with each other. That's the Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in a tag team match against the newly reunited Usos. Now, the Usos don't have any issues with each other. That's not really a problem. But I think Jimmy's friendship with LA Knight is going to come in the middle of some type of payoff. I don't know if we're going to see LA Knight get involved during this tag match. I do see the Vision actually taking it because possibly we see some type of friction happen with the Usos, but I do think the Vision are not going to lose this. They should win this matchup. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. Now, a matchup that could have been definitely the main event, but I think it's going to happen right before the main event. That's CM Punk and AJ Lee, welcome back, versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the Man. Oh, man. Mixed tag team matchup. This rivalry between Punk and Rollins has been going on for ages at this point. Becky Lynch has now gotten involved. AJ Lee has returned and gotten herself involved. A lot of things going on, a lot of emotions. Things are going down. I expect this match to be wild and crazy. I do not expect the world champ Seth Rollins and his wife Becky Lynch to win. I fully expect AJ Lee and Punk getting the victory here, which will lead to both of them, in my opinion, getting singles opportunities against both them as the title holders. And now, I'll even take an early bold prediction. That's going to lead to AJ Lee holding her first title in WWE a lot sooner than we're expecting. See, this is the advantage of having the mid-card titles for the women. We don't need to plug everybody who's a huge returning star right into the world title picture. I like it, personally. Now, a matchup that really, it was looking bleak. Didn't really think it was going to even happen, to be honest, at one point. But it is happening, and we are going full force ahead. It is the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, going against the undisputed champ, the WWE champ, Cody Rhodes. We saw Cody Rhodes return this week, or last week on SmackDown. Came out to save Randy Orton because Randy Orton was about to get his head kicked in through the damn announce table by Drew. Boom. Rhodes comes out. He challenges Drew McIntyre straight up at WrestlePalooza, as Cody said it. I don't think this matchup needed as much hype. This could be the one of many. I don't see this being a one-off matchup either. I believe that this has the potential of kind of being an extended feud. No problem with that whatsoever. Cody's going to retain here. I would be honestly shocked if Drew actually took the title off him. Not saying I'm against it. Hey, I'm cool if Drew takes it. Screw it. Let Drew become the champ and a heel champ for a little bit if you want him to kind of just hold the title. Hopefully longer than, the minute that you made him hold it last time. So, let's see if Drew can capture the title and finally stop having this title avert him, actually, might I say. Now, to the main event. That's going to be Brock Lesnar, the Beast, versus John Cena. As he said on Raw to Lesnar, if he wants some, come get some. Right? The feud, oh man, between Cena and Lesnar has happened for many, many years. I am a little upset that they didn't get to have at least one promo against each other face to face. But hey, it is what it is. We work with what we get. And what we got is Lesnar and Cena, main event, WrestlePalooza, big matchup. Oh man, it's gonna be a crazy one, guys. I do think though, a lot of people are thinking that Lesnar's gonna take this. I think Cena wins this, man. I actually think Cena needs this win more than Lesnar does. Lesnar's gonna be Lesnar, man. He's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's just Brock Lesnar. Doesn't matter. John Cena needs to win, possibly just to be he finally did get the one-up on Lesnar, one of his good rivals, after years of not being able to kind of one-up him, obviously. So, let's see what Cena ends up actually doing. Hopefully he does end up winning, as I said. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the WrestlePalooza, WWE, and ESPN PLE. Let's do this. We're in a new era again, it seems like, with the ESPN PLEs. Let's see what they put out, man. It's supposed to be their first. I fully expect some fireworks to happen, some craziness, maybe even a surprise or two happening during the PLE. I see they are trying to put the marquee matchups on it, as I just reviewed, put my predictions out there. So let's definitely see where it turns out. And as usual, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always.